Yes, back to the NBA. Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Hit the like, sub, comment, notifications, do all that stuff. Okay, I'm not gonna harp on this too much, but now last night I talked about AI and John Morant. A lot of people felt like John Morant, could compare to AI in a lot of instances, and then many people felt that it was capped. You know what I'm saying? But I think that this comparison right here would be a little bit more. It would make a lot more sense to some people. I felt like the John Morant and the AI comparison did make sense. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I stand on that. But they're entitled to their own opinion. And shout out to Hitman X, man. He got on me about the spelling, man. I know that's your guy. That's my guy, man. That's my guy. I know you're a Suns fan, but that's my guy, man. That's my player on the team because I mean he's doing some awesome things with them, him and Aiden and uh what's his name? Um oh, man, what's that dude name? I keep forgetting the man. McGee. Him and McGee on there. Those are my guys on there. Now, Mikal Bridges, man, he reminds me a lot of Robert Horry. And for those of y'all, I know a lot of people don't feel that Robert Horry is a Hall of Famer. In my eyes, Robert Horry is a Hall of Famer. Some people may say borderline, just like I felt strongly about a guy like Chauncey Billups, being a Hall of Famer, and also Michael Cooper, guys like that being a Hall of Famer. Uh, R- Robert Horry was an important factor on all of those championship teams. Every place that he went, whether it be Houston, whether it was LA or San Antonio, he was a he was a very important piece to that puzzle. And a lot of people can argue, not just one person, not one can argue. A lot of people can argue that there were several of those championships that if it wasn't for Robert Horry and his defense, as well as his shot making, uh, as well as his athleticism, and you can't discount the intellect. A lot of those championships probably would not have been obtainable. When you think of a guy like Mikal Bridges, the reason why I like him so much, man, is because he does so many intangibles that nobody is really paying attention to. Um, you know, last night when they played Dallas, you saw Mikal Bridges and what he was able to do. I know everybody was focused on Booker and what he was doing and CP3 what he was doing and even on Dallas's end when you talk about Luca. But Mikal Bridges is the one that pretty much makes that team or even more threat, especially out on the perimeter. But see, a lot of y'all don't realize that Mikal Bridges he could score too. That's one of the reasons why I liked him coming out of Villanova with those championships and everything. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, this guy right here. But at that time, I can't front. I did not see a lot of Robert Horry, but right now you're seeing what he does, his capability on the defensive end. Now I know that Robert Horry was taller than Mikal Bridges and everything. He was longer, and his shot blocking was, in my opinion, a lot better and everything because if you go and you go look at the early Houston days and even the early LA days, he could really get up and everything. But he became more settled on the ground. But he still could move, man. Also, he could hit that jumper, and also he could still rise in terms of his athleticism. But he covered so much ground. A player like Mikal Bridges, he can play the passing lane. He can move out on the perimeter. He can run the floor. I mean, the guy is durable. He's always there. And when you need him the most, this guy, man, he always shows up. I've already talked about Mikal Bridges and uh his value to the team in terms of plus minus. I talked about that a while back. But see, last night, what you don't understand is that when they played Dallas, you know he some people might look at his stats and they might say, okay, well he only had 12. Yeah, but he also had 6 rebounds, and he also had 8 assists. To my knowledge, 8 assists or whatnot. Listen, a lot of people don't understand, right? A lot of people don't understand this. Mikal Bridges has one of the highest plus minuses. Look, and I know that some people, they don't, in the analytical phase of this right here, it has to be talked about. Mikal Bridges has a plus minus of 291. He's a plus 291. But see, they don't talk about that. Y'all talking about all these superstars and stuff like that. His value is really, it's through the roof. So when you look at a guy's stats and you're looking at, oh well, he don't have no points in there, everything, that lets me know automatically that you're not even paying attention to the game and the various intangibles that this guy brings to the table. And another argument that some people might try to bring, well, they just played Dallas. Hey, Dallas is a good team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're 26-20. These guys are, they have a pretty solid team. And he playing, one of his guys that he knows in Jalen Brunson, who was, with Villanova, you know. So I think some people need to understand that you're looking at your Phoenix, or I should say Mikal Bridges, to light up a score, and all this other stuff. Nah, that's not what he's needed. He's needed for, or whatever. He doesn't need to do that. The fact of the matter is that when you really look at it and you really pay attention to the game, there is no possible way that if you're another squad, you should not want a guy like Mikal Bridges or Cam Johnson on your squad. Guys like that are extremely important, but they don't look at that. Like last night, okay, Chris Paul was a plus 19, but I mean was a plus 24. Out of the whole entire game, he was a plus 19. Understand what I'm saying? This guy's value is completely understated, and nobody really talks about it. And see, on this channel, yeah, don't get me wrong, I give guys that are pretty good, or superstars and all that. I give them their credit. But what you don't understand is, we talk about guys that aren't getting the credit that they truly deserve. And Mikal Bridges happens to be one of those guys. He does have a Michael Cooper feel. He does have a Robert Horry feel. He's got all of that. You know, he had 4 steals. He also had 6 assists, and like I said, he had 8 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? To go along with 12 points. Not going to jump out at you. But what is going to jump out at you is the fact that he covers so much ground, and he's a coaches salivate at the mouth to have a guy like Mikal Bridges on their squad. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. You know, and his value is very underappreciated. Listen, I wouldn't even be mad if they said, okay, yeah, he should be up there on the All Star. See, I'm going to talk about this later, and some people are going to disagree with me. They're going to get mad. They're going to look at popularity and all this other stuff. A guy like Jason Tatum doesn't need to be an All Star the way he's playing. Should be Jalen Brown, or somebody else on the squad. But he's everybody looks at popularity. Everybody looking, oh yeah, he's getting buckets and all this other stuff. That was the same with Robert Horry. But guess what? At the end of the game, guess what? Big Shot Bob, you put fear in it. Now, when it comes to Mikal Bridges and everything, okay, maybe he doesn't quite have the clutch factor just yet or whatever. But if you look at some of the games, especially last year, he came through. He came through big in the end with his defensive plays that changed that changed the momentum, so to speak. Sort of like when I was talking about the other day with LeBron and the block, how in comparison to Kyrie and the shot. Yeah, like I said, the momentum changer was when LeBron had made that block, and defensive plays like that, and you know, being able to make defensive stops, key stops, and stuff like that. When they say, okay, yeah, we need 3 to 4 stops or whatever, Mikal Bridges can do that, and that's what happened. So y'all, let me know what y'all think, man. Hey, some people might agree, some people might disagree. Hey, that's all good with me. You know what I'm saying? As long as you respectful with it. I don't expect everybody to agree with Polo, man. It's people out here that get so irate when you have a difference of opinion, you know. But that's what it's about. It's about having different perspectives and different opinions on a team, a player, or what you feel strongly about or what you feel passionate about. You know what I'm saying? Without getting all personal and stuff. But let me know what y'all think. Leave your comments, like the video, share it, subscribe. Um, Appreciate. Shout out to the boy Hitman X. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. Hitman X, one of the guys that uh, really gonna bring logic and gonna test your logic too as well when it comes to basketball. So, and he's a Phoenix Suns fan. So, shout out to that boy Hitman X. Polo Sports Talking Entertainment, man. I'll get at y'all later.